Alan, given the last 3 games, you look pretty pleased with that one at the end.
No, delighted because we're at a stage of the season now where wins are important, and it would have been a travesty tonight if we would have come away from not taking 3 points in this game. And I was angry at the end with the players, but more so because I want them to reward themselves when they're in positions of games. And I thought, at 2-1, you just never know in football. A throw in, a set piece, a corner, which they were always going to launch balls into the box. And the game, I don't think anyone would have argued we would have won the game 5-1. So that's why I was angry. I want them to manage the game better. Even at 2-1, I thought we took maybe too many risks, as in balls into midfield, rather than just keeping possession. But I had my rant at the end of the game when it was over, and then it was, how delighted I was for them. We're nearly there.
Kevin and I said the same thing in commentary, that we sometimes do make it a wee bit more difficult. There needs to be a lot of chances again there. Yeah. Shots across the goal, keepers are a couple of good saves. You are thinking to yourself, really, deservedly, we would have won that one 5-1.
Yeah, and I suppose as a manager, as a coach, I'd much prefer my team to be creating lots of chances than no chances. So the finishing is something you can work on, but I'd rather be working on the finishing and that type of things, rather than worrying about movement and creating chances. And I think there's a big thing between the two. And as a striker, whether you've scored 1 goal in 5, 3 goals in 5, the one thing that you want all the time is chances.
Farid Delalagui saw out the full 90 minutes tonight. Missed the penalty kick. Hits the post, rolls right along the goal line. It just wasn't his night tonight. On another night, again, he could have had 4 or 5 himself.
Yeah, he could have done. And I spoke to him after the game, and I just felt he was trying too hard. I didn't think he was letting the game come to him. I thought he was chasing it too much, and he was too keen and too eager. But I'd rather have someone like that than someone who's not keen and eager. So he just needs to relax, and once he gets that first goal back in, I think he'll be fine, and it'll settle him down a lot.
You move back to the 3 at the back again, the Martin Boyle and Lewis Stevenson sort of wing backs. It seems to be it takes us 10-15 minutes at the start of games to get back into playing that system again, but when we got used to it, we were just flooding forward.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, and I think everybody in general thinks, because we can pass the ball, I think we have to earn the right to get in the game. No one's just going to come and let us play and dictate play, and and I thought tonight when we got going, I thought we moved the ball well. I thought we exploited areas really good. I thought we pressed better when we didn't have the ball, and I thought overall it was a really pleasing 3 points in the end.
Kevin and I have said Jason Cummings frustrates us at times. Sometimes his decision making.
Frustrates you?
Yeah. Sometimes his decision making might be better, but again, he's made the right decision near the end there. He's ran across the defender, got right in the spot for Scott Allen's pass, and scored the goal. And you'll be thinking, great, that's another one, 15 or so for the season.
Well, that's the answer I was going to say. Is that yes, he is frustrating. He's a young boy. He's learning the game, and he's leading goal scorer, or he's up there as one of the leading goal scorers. So if we can make his other parts of his game better, then I think we've got a play in our hands. But I just want Jason to take on board what we're trying for him to do, because Jason, like a typical striker, like Kev's on my left hand side there, they're selfish, they're greedy, they measure their game on just goals. I measure his game on everything, as in link-up play, movement, awareness, work rate for the team, not just goals. And I think that's what he needs to improve on, and he is getting better. And that'll come. But we have to remember and all that he's still only a young lad.
And a word for Paul Hanlon. He got the opening goal that settled us down a bit, sticking his head in where the boots were flying.
Yeah, you know, he has got a habit of cropping up with a goal every now and then. He's got, you know, he scores different types of goals. He's scored a few headers. He's got good ability to score from his feet and all, and it's always a bonus when you've got your defenders popping up with goals.
And just in closing, Alan, Scott Robertson didn't make it out for the second half there. What's the diagnosis on him? He was
just feeling his hamstring at half time, as in it was just a little bit tight. So he wanted to have a go in the second half just to see whether it was okay, and as soon as he came out, it was obvious that he just didn't want to take a risk, and neither did we, and we just decided to make the change very quickly.
And the big one on Sunday, the Edinburgh Derby.
Yeah, looking forward to it. So, you know, we'll obviously welcome Hearts and the champions, and I make no bones about that. But you know, we don't deserve a change of luck. You have to make your own luck. But tonight's result has hopefully set us up really nicely for Sunday's game.